Hello and a very warm welcome to our think tank event here at the Seeds Network. This is our very first think tank event of the year, and we're so excited that you are joining us today. Of course, this is a virtual meeting. We would have loved. I am hearing that we're having some technical difficulties. I believe that maybe you cannot hear me. At the moment, I am waiting for a sign from the people of the technical department to tell me whether things are running smoothly or not. But I promise you that we will continue with what we are planning shortly. So, 1 second, I'm hearing that you can't hear me, so I'll just walk out of the picture to get my tone fixed. All right, I am back and we're gonna give this a second try. I am waiting to hear from our sound engineer whether now everything is working smoothly with the sound, waiting for the feedback there. And then, of course, we will continue in a moment. But you are here live, we're sending live from a studio in Munich. This is the think tank event of the Seeds Network, and I am hoping that you are able to hear me now. I'm seeing people showing me the thumbs up, so that means that now you're really able to hear us. We apologize for that small delay and for that technical glitch, but that is the nature of live events, especially when you're dealing with technical devices. These things tend to happen. Well, but once again, I want to welcome you all to the very first event of the Seeds Network for this year. This is our think tank event, and we're so glad that all of you were able to join us on this beautiful day. Of course, it's a virtual meeting. We're not seeing each other face to face. That is what we would have loved to do. We really would have loved to rent out a beautiful venue, get some great catering from a 5-star hotel, and really pamper you with great food and also, of course, with a great event and with great content. But because of the current situation, unfortunately, that is not possible at the moment. So the bad news is that you get to be your own caterer today. You have to make sure that you have some good food maybe on your table or at your desk where you're sitting right now. But what we want you to do is just to really relax, lean back, enjoy the event, and enjoy everything that we have prepared for you, because we have a great event planned for you today. And I'll tell you a bit more about the program in a moment. First of all, just a few words about myself. My name is Liz Cho. I'm a journalist from Tanzania, but I work here in Germany. I work for the German foreign broadcaster Deutsche Welle, or DW, and I also work for the German public broadcaster WDR. But today I am here in my role and in my function as the moderator or the facilitator of this event, and my job is to make sure that everything runs smoothly and to guide you from the beginning of our event to the very end. So once again, thank you for you being there, and thank you for you being there with us. Now, some of you may be wondering, what is this event really all about? I know that there are some people who are very familiar with the Seeds Network, and maybe some of you just stumbled upon our invitation on social networks or on the internet, or you were invited by a friend and you really don't know what to expect today. Well, what I can promise you is that we have a great lineup of speakers who will be talking in the panel discussion. There are people that you can also connect with in our chat, and we want you to be part of today's discussion, so there'll be many occasions where you will be able also to join us to be part of today's discussion. Well, now, before we really get into our program, there's some things that we need to talk about so that everything runs smoothly, not as it was at the beginning. We will talk about some technical issues. First of all, I need to inform you that this event is being recorded. We're in Germany, so of course all the issues of data protection, I need to tell you that it's being recorded and we will publish it on the website of the Seeds Network. And it will also be published on the social media channels of the Seeds, just for you to know. And if you want to be able to watch from the beginning to the end, then you can always know that you'll be able to see everything that you may have missed a bit later today or in the coming days. Then, because we want this thing to run perfectly, and we don't want there to be other issues, especially when it has to do with the technicalities. Everybody's watching from their own device. We have prepared some tips for you so that you have a good meeting right now. I know that everybody is familiar with these virtual meetings, but again, we need to set some ground rules. So that is what we're going to do. Now we have prepared these tips for you. Okay, so let's take a look. If you are already seeing us and already listening to us, that means you've already succeeded in the first point, which is logging in. If you're watching from a phone, we advise you to switch to a computer because that has more advantages. First of all, you get to see everything on a big screen, and that means that you get to see the other participants and really be able to see the videos and everything else that we have prepared. And then for us, it would be very great if you have a headset, because that allows us to hear you properly and it won't be picking up other sounds different from what a computer does or a normal phone does. That's tip number one. Then the second tip is please get familiar with where to mute or unmute your device. Of course, you don't want to be the kind of person who we hear when we actually don't want to hear you. I mean, it's great if you have kids playing in the background, but we don't want to hear them. We don't want to hear your dog barking. We also don't want to hear your neighbors fighting. So please mute your device now. And when it's time for you to speak, then you can click on unmute, and then we will be able to listen to what you have to say. All right. But of course, you can communicate with us the whole time. There's a chat function, which is open, and there are people in the background who are monitoring it the whole time. So if you have any comments, if you have questions, if you have remarks about the event, about how things are going, then please let us know, and somebody from the team will be able to reply. And of course, you can use the chat function as well to connect to other people, to the speakers, to the organizers, and also to other members of the audience. Then our fourth point is, of course, there will be great people really giving great points today, but we can't applaud, and they need to know that we really appreciate what they are sharing with us. So please get familiar with the different ways where you can give us some non-verbal feedback. And that means you can clap, you can send hearts, you can send some kinds of reactions for us to know how you're feeling about what is going on in our program today. And the last point is about the breakout rooms. I'll say more about that later, but just for you to know that we will have the chance for you to get together in small groups, to network, but also to discuss some questions that we have prepared beforehand. And everything else that has to do with these breakout rooms, I will let you know a bit later. Well, that's it for the preparation, but now we are starting our event for real. Once again, thank you to everybody who is watching us from wherever you are. It is my great honor and pleasure to welcome the president and co-founder of the Seeds Network, Steve Pentang. Welcome. All right. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Liz.
So this is the big day you have been preparing for months, for weeks, and now the big day is finally here. Yeah. Tell me how you're feeling today.
Oh, how I'm feeling? I'm thankful, but I think I'm a bit excited. I don't know. Can we check how much I'm excited? So what do you
Maybe
think?
we can get a zoom on his hand. I don't know if that's
Is
possible.
it okay? Do you think that's
It's
fine?
okay, yeah.
Okay.
You look pretty stable.
Good.
Yeah.
But I'm really thankful to be here today to share with you and then with all the people that are following us what we did. And normally when we talk about seed, people used to ask us, what is all about these seed things? Yeah. So what are you doing there? What is the things that is behind it? And we actually, when we decided to create this association, we were just motivated by the will to do something, to give something back to a country that gave us a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm
what
happy.
country is that?
Yeah, mm-hmm. We are coming from. I'm coming from Cameroon, mm-hmm. and we are. Let's say. The most part of the people are coming out of Africa, and I think many of us do have a lot to give back to their country of origin, to their continent. And this is what motivates us at the beginning. And so that is our main motivation. But I think, in my opinion, images do talk better than words. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
So you've prepared something for us?
Yeah, let's have a look at it.
All right, let's have a look.
The philosophy of SEEDS is really simple. We boost the key drivers for sustainable economical growth in Africa by pushing different actors to take their responsibilities. At one side, we have the young African entrepreneurs who are contributing to solve problems in Africa with innovative solutions. And at the other side, we have like African experts with a lot of experience willing to share this with the entrepreneurs to help them become excellent leaders in their field of action.
Bei SEEDS glauben wir an die Entstehung einer neuen Generation von Leaders und Unternehmern, die die Verantwortung übernehmen, um deren Regionen, Ländern und Kontinent zu entwickeln. Menschen, die mit besonderen Werten unterwegs sind, Leaders, die dienend führen, Unternehmern, die Wert schöpfen, anstatt auszubeuten, Menschen, die in der Wir-Dimension denken und nicht in der Ich-Dimension. Das sind die Werte, für die wir stehen und die wir an die Menschen weitergeben, mit denen wir arbeiten.
When we come to talk about the SEEDS team, this is really the core element that help us to tackle the challenges of the startups and also the entrepreneurs through our programs. They are really bringing a lot of experience and are sitting at really prominent leading positions in companies here in the diaspora. The finesse about all this is that they're not only bringing the academic skills, but they are also bringing the African background that is really important to help understand the problems that we have in Africa and shape the best solutions for this.
Seit unserer Gründung 2018 waren wir primär in Kamerun unterwegs. Wir haben mehrere Thinktanks mit Inkubatoren, mit Schulen organisiert, dann Trainings, Workshops, wie zum Beispiel unser 5-tägigen Bootcamp, den wir letztes Jahr in Yaoundé durchgeführt haben. Dann haben wir ein 8-monatiges Mentoring-Programm aufgesetzt, wo wir Experten, Mentoren aus der Diaspora mit lokalen Unternehmern vernetzen, aber auch gleichzeitig Startups, die aus dem Programm heraus reifen, mit Business Angels zusammenbringen.
Salut Benjamin.
Salut Steve.
Comment tu juges l'impact qu'on a pu avoir dans l'écosystème?
Alors, très positif déjà pour les entrepreneurs eux-mêmes. Au bout d'1 an d'accompagnement, ils sont toujours en activité, donc ça veut dire qu'ils ont bien retenu les leçons qu'on leur a transmises et l'accompagnement qu'ils ont reçu. Ils ont amélioré leur business model, leur marketing. Il y a du networking qui s'est fait et des relations qui ont été nouées entre les mentorés et les mentors, mais aussi entre eux. Il y a déjà des échanges de services qui se font. Donc c'était important et ça l'est toujours puisque nous sommes un écosystème naissant qui est en train de se structurer et il a besoin de tous les bons outils pour grandir et atteindre les standards qu'on peut retrouver dans d'autres régions du monde.
We are really happy to be here, seeing how far we've come. We really love the fact that we are working global, acting actually in 3 continents now, in Africa, Europe and America. We also love the fact that this global impact is really pushing local results in Africa. Our vision at the SEEDS is to see a growing network of African experts onboarding to work as mentors and also in the business angel group, because coaching, supporting and mentoring African young entrepreneurs is a really demanding task, and therefore we need a lot of resources, not only brain resources but also financial resources. And we know that the African experts of the diaspora can give more, they can really do more. Warum habt ihr das Mentoring-Programm von SEEDS ausgewählt?
SEEDS hat sich auf eine Förderung beworben, die wir als GIZ, der Deutschen Gesellschaft für internationale Zusammenarbeit, im Auftrag des Deutschen Entwicklungsministeriums, des BMZ, umsetzen. Das ist ein Förderprogramm für Diaspora-Organisationen. Wir kriegen mal sehr viele Bewerbungen Und 2018 hat sich Seeds mit einer sehr innovativen Projektidee durchgesetzt. Wir sehen, dass der Ansatz vor Ort natürlich funktioniert, die jungen Gründerinnen und Gründer mitnimmt. Wir sehen auch gleichzeitig, dass Seeds es schafft, sehr gut Outreach-Arbeit zu betreiben durch Formate wie heute, aber auch durch eine sehr gute Öffentlichkeitsarbeit. Insofern die Kombination dieses innovativen Ansatzes mit einer sehr gelungenen Outreach-Arbeit zeugt eben davon, dass hier sehr gute Arbeit gemacht wird.
In 10 years, what we aim is really to see well-established African young entrepreneurs acting in their business fields, and also a growing number of actors taking their responsibilities, not only through the Seeds projects, but also through similar projects.
Ja, wir wollen da weitermachen, wo wir letztes Jahr aufgehört haben und dieses Jahr zum zweiten Mal unser Mentoring-Programm durchführen. Aber mit der Besonderheit, 1 bis 2 weitere afrikanische Länder dazu zu nehmen, weil wir nicht nur in Kamerun bleiben wollen. Und wie die Startups, die in dem Programm auch begleitet werden, werden weiterhin auch an Business Angel vermitteln. Und das sind ja Menschen, deren Herzen für Afrika schlagen und die bereit sind, sich finanziell zu engagieren. Und wir würden gerne 2030 mehr als 10 von solchen Startups dann vermittelt haben. Das würde uns dann freuen.
Thank you very much, Steve and Gael, for giving us an impression of what Seeds is all about. And now, of course, for the people who are watching on your phone or on your laptop, we don't want you to just be observers. We don't want you to feel like, I'm just here to listen or to watch. We want you to be an active part of today's discussion, and we also don't want you to fall asleep. So that is why from time to time we will be asking you to actively take part in some things that we have prepared. For example, now is a time for you to please take part in our survey. You can answer the questions in the survey now or a little bit later during the breakout sessions, but the most important thing is that you do it before we wrap up the session, because there will be a point where we will be looking at the results. So here are the steps to follow. Please go to the website www.menti.com. And there you will see 2 surveys. So you can enter the first code, which we have here. It is 60254343. That is for the first survey. And then we have a second survey where we also want you to participate. And the code for that one is 85113128. And in that survey, there'll actually be 2 questions. So just so you're aware that those are 2 different surveys, and please participate in both. You can do it now, or you can do it a little bit later, and we'll take a look at the results in the next minutes. So these are the questions that we have prepared for you. Question number 1. Have you ever been involved in mentoring? That is something that we want to know from you. And secondly, we'd like to know, are you currently investing in Africa? Because that is one of the big topics. Today we're talking mainly about mentoring and also about investing in Africa. So tell us about your experience there. And then if you're not investing, tell us up to 3 things that economically prevent you from investing in Africa. We very much look forward to hearing your answers to those questions. So please go to the website www.menti.com and answer those questions in our survey.